안녕하세요. 오늘도 택배 언박싱을 하도록 하겠습니다. 이제 또 열혈 시청자분께서 또 저에게 이렇게 큰 선물을 보내주셨습니다. 360 로봇 백큐um 클리너, 로봇 청소기죠. 근데 이거 어디 거지? 여기 옆에 메이드 인 차이나라고 써있는데 삼성 거 아니면 LG 거 아니면 샤오미 거 모르겠습니다. 일단 한번 뜯어보겠습니다. 박스가 아주 큽니다. 무게도 엄청 무겁고. 행간에는 뭐 요즘 가장 핫하다는 로봇 청소기인데, 저는 아직 로봇 청소기가 그렇게 영리하거나 청소를 잘한다고 생각을 하지 않아서 구매를 안 하고 있었는데 이렇게 선물로 받게 되네요. 오우. 박스 안에 또 박스가 열받아. 이렇게 박스를 열었습니다. 치후 360 로봇 청소기. 치후라는 회사의 로봇 청소기인 것 같습니다. 일단 한번 뜯어보겠어요. 이렇게 게임기 같이 생겼네요. 이렇게 짠. 설마 이거 설명서? 설명서가 너무 많습니다. 영어로 된 거고요. 한글로 된 거고요. 무슨 어플을 다운받아서 하나 보네요. 요즘에는 뭐 어플로 컨트롤을 한다는데, 일단 이거 설명서까지 다 읽으면 오늘 운동을 못 합니다. 지금 3분 지났는데 운동이 하기 싫어서 제가 언박싱을 하는 게 아닙니다. 이거 보시면 디자인이 이뻐. 그러니까 이게 얼굴이 있는 거 보니까 얼굴, 눈. 제가 그 로봇 청소기를 다른 거를 실물을 본 적이 단 한 번도 없어요. 그래서 다른 거랑 어떻게 비교를 해드리지 못하겠습니다. 네. 디자인 마음에 드네요. 비닐을 벗기고 이 얼굴이 프린팅이 된 게 아니고 이 스티커로 되어 있네. 스티커로 붙이고 싶으면 붙여라 뭐 이런 거겠죠. 하지만 붙이지 않겠습니다. 저는 붙이지 않을게요. 여기 보시면 로봇 청소기가 이거는 뭐 빗자루 같은 그런 거겠죠. 로봇 청소기가 있고요. 그 다음에 이거는 뭐지? 이건 뭔지 모르겠습니다. 그 다음에 이거는 뭐 걸레겠죠? 부착하는 걸레를 빼면은 여기는 이제 충전 도크. 얘가 이제 자동으로 배터리가 없다고 느끼면은 일로 돌아와서 자동으로 충전을 하는 거겠죠? 그 다음에 이 충전을 할 수 있는 여러 가지 아답터가 들어가 있습니다. 일단 언박싱 여기까지만 하고 일단 운동을 하겠습니다. 설명서가 너무 두꺼워서 설명서를 읽고 해야 되는데, 근데 제가 얼핏 알기로는 이 청소기가 지나가지 말라고 하는 곳에다가 붙이는 검은색 테이핑 그런 것도 해야 된다고 알고 있는데 얘는 그게 없네요. 아니면 내가 혼자 검은색 테이핑을 사서 붙여야 되는 건지, 이거는 제가 내일 이 설명서를 정독을 하고 하겠습니다. 명색이 엔지니어인데 매뉴얼 정독은 기본이죠. 아무튼 선물 감사합니다. 잘 쓰겠습니다. 무거워.
Was dreadful, but it was not useless. It actually forced the non-American players to come to terms with the extraordinary different nature of the new American administration at the time.
That American administration has not changed, and observers here say that in the lead up to this summit, expectations are even lower than they were in Canada last year. Given the fact that there is political discord and disarray among the G7 members, as well as about everywhere you look around the globe, even small agreements here will certainly be regarded as victories. Jim Bitterman, CNN, Biarritz, France.
And still ahead, we'll take a closer look at those fires in the Amazon rainforest and why they have so many people across the world worried.
Saturday on CNN.
Denise Ho is one of the most prominent faces of the pro-democracy movement in Hong Kong, a city where protesters are fighting for greater freedom from mainland China.
This is only the beginning.
She has taken their cause to the world stage, angering Beijing. This month, we sit down with the singer-turned-activist in Hong Kong as the city faces its worst political turmoil in decades.
Some protesters are calling for a revolution. Is that what is happening right now?
Talk Asia, Sunday on CNN.
US financier Jeffrey Epstein is now under investigation in France. Prosecutors say they're looking into allegations of sexual assault and rape against minors, some of them younger than 15. And they say the purpose is to uncover possible crimes against French citizens, both at home and abroad. As you know, Epstein died by suicide earlier this month in a New York jail. Well, Shimon Prokopez is in Washington, has been following the twists and turns in this case, and this is the latest. What do you make of what the French are bringing here?
So certainly significant information here, and I'll tell you one thing that's for certain here, and what the prosecutors there in France is that they've been sharing information with U.S. authorities, and U.S. authorities have been sharing information with them, and it seems based on that information, perhaps this is why prosecutors and authorities in France have decided to open this investigation. Jeffrey Epstein, as we know, he was arrested coming back from Paris. He was on a flight. He was arrested in New Jersey here in the U.S., where he was met by federal authorities and then taken into custody. Officials have been tracking him, waiting for him to come back to the U.S. He has a home there. The other significant thing here is that they could uncover, much like here in the U.S., obviously we know people associated with Jeffrey Epstein during this time have been under investigation. So we could see this investigation in France grow, not just in terms of Jeffrey Epstein, but it could potentially implicate others in this some kind of a crime. So this is very significant, and we're seeing this investigation grow much larger. And it's also not over here in the U.S. Authorities still investigating possible co-conspirators, and that could very much now happen in France as well.
Yeah, many of those victims still looking for justice. Shimon Prokopez, thanks so much for that update. Okay, so now back to those wildfires burning across Brazil's Amazon rainforest and the growing alarm around the world. The Amazon, as you know, produces 20% of the Earth's oxygen, and non-profit group Amazon Watch warns that the fires could accelerate climate change. Environmentalists say farmers and ranchers started many of the fires as they try to clear land. And we know a number of world political leaders are now calling for international action. So for a closer look at what's burning, let's go to Chad Myers. Chad, and I know that you have a timeline that gives us some perspective of the damage that has been done to the Amazon.
Right, it's a time lapse. We are able to, on our Google machine, go back to that image, same picture, 1985. And then move you ahead to today, or last month when I took the last image. The fires we're seeing here on the red dots in the Brazilian rainforest. Now, I'm going to do a little bit here. This is just going to go back and take you back to 4th grade. But the Amazon rainforest, the Amazon basin, is all the way through here. Yep, this big green area here. So not just the Amazon River that might be right through the middle part that you're all familiar with. It's the creep from the south and from the southeast that's taking the rainforest away. They are not trying to get into the middle of the rainforest. There are a few fires, but the main fires are down here where it's easier to get to, where there are already roads, where there are already farms. So let's get you all the way down here to what looks like a normal vegetation area with agriculture, these farms, these lighter areas here. That's what you'd expect. And that's where the fires are, because the farmers are trying to get 1/2 more hectare, 1/2 more every year. They're trying to just expand their process. This is what it looks like without the fires on. Now I'm going to take you back to 1985. There are no farms. They're gone. They didn't exist then, but now they do. And that's the creep that we're talking about. We're still in 85 here. Watch this river basin right through here. Watch what happens by 2019. All of the trees are gone, and now we have ranch land, or soybean land, or whatever they're using it as. We know from surveys across the world, using Google Earth, and drawing and making circles and squares and acreages, we've lost about the size of France in the Amazon rainforest. But this year, Amazonia, in the Amazonas area, this is the state of Amazonas, has now had about, up to August 20th, a new number of megatons released of CO2. They're burning a lot of things in that state. But if you take the entire Amazonia around it, the legal part, it hasn't been that bad yet, but it's still the worst in 7 years. Now remember, this is to the end of August. We aren't even to the end of August. This CO2 could still creep up and get much higher because of the burning. The burning is concerning because those trees that we're getting rid of there, those are the ones that actually are carbon sinks. They take CO2, they make oxygen with photosynthesis, but also the growing of the trees puts carbon back into the earth itself. If you burn those trees, you take away the ability for the earth to remove that CO2 and put it and sequester it for many, many years. So by the burning, you're releasing CO2, you're removing the amount of sequestering you can do, and you're also, of course, reducing the amount of oxygen that's going to go in the atmosphere around. Just all three things all together. We don't really want this to happen, but so far we'll watch what happens. This is the burning season, but you know, the pictures here are a little bit alarming.
Yeah, and that's an understatement. Chad Myers, thanks so much. Thanks for bringing it to us. It certainly paints a picture with those images from the 1980s. Wow. So thanks, Chad. We'll of course continue to follow these fires on CNN in the Amazon. For more information how you can try and help, visit our website cnn.com/impact. We'll be back after the show.
Go There is a daily news show that takes you from Syria
There's a possible strike.
to Mount Everest
We have just arrived to base camp.
and the streets of Hong Kong, on the Texas border, to the outskirts of Detroit. Go to the center of the story.
Police are at my hotel room. The streets are closed, lots of security out here.
Come with us. Go There, Tuesday through Saturday on Facebook Watch.
So there's an old adage in American politics, it's the economy, stupid. Well, the US president knows the state of the economy could very well decide whether he gets another term next year. And there are warning signs of a slowdown. As Marty Savage now explains, he went to a Pennsylvania town to find out how people feel about the economy. Here's Marty.
Scranton, Pennsylvania, home to the sitcom The Office, the birthplace of Joe Biden. In a state where white working-class voters helped propel Donald Trump to victory. And if he hopes to win again, Trump's chances may hinge on those same voters and the economy. So I'm here asking people, how is the economy? And I'm getting two very different answers.
Yeah, I think things are definitely good. There's more jobs in the area. The stock market's really high.
I think we're on the verge of a recession.
I quickly pick up on a theme. How are you feeling about the economy?
I'm feeling optimistic.
So if I asked you, how's the economy, you say,
Have some concerns.
how people view the economy here is directly related to how they see the president. Jessica Stotzman owns Diskin Saloon, and she's a huge Trump fan. Did you like the fact he was a businessman?
Yes. Yes, that was one of the biggest things. I feel the country has become like a business.
Criminal defense attorney Paul Walker is definitely not for Trump, and he sees trouble ahead.
And if this economy turns like I think it's going to, then it's going to turn on him.
Scranton's a factory town. Nationally, manufacturing jobs numbers are the highest they've been in a decade, according to the Department of Labor. But there are signs hiring and production are slowing. Bad news for manufacturing workers, a key part of the president's base. People like Trump voter Douglas Walter, an electrician. Economic forecasts suggest dark clouds, but he sees only sunshine where he works.
We got more work than we know what to do with right now.
Really?
Yes.
I ask another key question. Would voters stick with the president if the economy turns negative? Union Rep Joe Laborati, a Democrat who voted for Hillary Clinton, doesn't think so.
We're on a high right now, and if we go belly up, I think it's going to be a big, big difference.
While Trump voters say even if the economy turns bad, they would still back the president.
Right now, yes. Would you vote different?
Not necessarily, because I think the economy's always up and down.
Thanks to Martin Savage for that report. So we've just seen those decidedly mixed opinions on the US economy, but that's nothing compared to the reaction a couple of paintings is getting. They depict Donald Trump as a powerful historical figure, and Jeannie Most looks at that age-old question, are they treasure or trash?
Donald Trump has done a few skyline sketches for charity. Looks like a bunch of middle finger salutes was one critique. But even President Trump doesn't call himself an artist. So what's this?
The title is going to be The Masterpiece.
John McNaughton has a new painting. He's made a name for himself with his Trump fan art. Remember Trump crossing the swamp, mimicking Washington crossing the Delaware? Many of the works posted on his Instagram even move. But they also move his detractors to do a little retouching. Critics on Twitter went bonkers pulling back the curtain on the president's painting. They took the impressionistic original painting and reinterpreted it, revealing everything from a filet-o-fish to the president's tax returns to a map of Greenland. The actual artist meant to look at the big picture.
How will history remember the presidency of Donald J. Trump? I believe it will be considered his masterpiece.
These retouchers think history will remember Trump's presidency for its caged immigrants and white supremacists with tiki torches, or for his relationships with a bare-chested Vladimir Putin, Trump and Kim Jong-un in a hot tub, colorful characters like Stormy Daniels and Anthony Scaramucci. Note the itty-bitty hand holding the curtain. The real Scaramucci tweeted, "Not bad doctoring." The undoctored masterpiece is available for up to $399 on the artist's website.
Whether it's my masterpiece, that I don't know yet.
He is the master of this piece of work. Trump fans love it, and Trump critics love to deface it. It's a scream. Jeannie Most, CNN, New York.
Thanks for watching. Happy Friday. I will be back though in 15 minutes time with more news. In the meantime, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Robin Kerner, CNN. World Sport is next.
Traveling is not just about seeing places with the most likes or getting iconic photos.
Amazing.
It's about finding the city's DNA, meeting people who share its secrets. It's about making discoveries that wow you and make you feel like a child again. It's a world of wonder. Now go and see it. Saturday on CNN in association with Turkish Airlines.
All new African Voices Changemakers. Create opportunities. Impact communities. Transform lives. This week, environmentalists build up communities through zero waste projects.
What we're trying to do at Recycle is to encourage people not to dump their trash, because trash is actually valuable. It's going to empower them.
African Voices Changemakers. Sunday on CNN.
Today we live in an unpredictable environment and news races around the world at breakneck speed.
I didn't know what his intention was. I knew it could be obstruction of justice.
My show brings you the latest news and top news makers.
Are you playing with fire?
And we also dive below the headlines to explore vital issues impacting our lives.
It's about right and wrong.
You have to stand up for what you believe in.
We need to realize that our future is at risk and we need to take action.
Was that kind of mortifying, or did you enjoy it? You were great.
It's crucial we make sense of what what's happening. Do you regret that? Do you think there should be nuclear power or more commitment to a clean environment?
New Zealand had its experience and changed its laws. To be honest with you, I do not understand the United States.
Does love have a chance?
I always believe that.